Exodus chapter 19. In the 3rd month after the departure of the children of Israel from Egypt, they arrived on the same day in the wilderness of Sinai. Having left Rephidim, they journeyed to the desert of Sinai and made camp in the wilderness, with Israel positioned before the mount. Moses ascended the mountain to approach God, and from the mountain the Lord called out to him, saying, "Tell the house of Jacob and inform the children of Israel as follows. You have witnessed what I accomplished against the Egyptians and how I carried you on the wings of eagles, bringing you close to myself. Therefore, if you genuinely heed my voice and honor my covenant, you will be a treasured possession above all nations, for the entire earth belongs to me. You will become a kingdom of priests and a holy nation." These are the words Moses was tasked with conveying to the children of Israel. Moses summoned the elders of the people and presented all the words that the Lord had commanded. The people responded unanimously, saying, "We will do everything that the Lord has spoken." Moses conveyed the people's response back to the Lord. Then the Lord said to Moses, "I will approach you in a dense cloud so that the people may hear me speaking with you and always believe you." Moses conveyed the people's words to the Lord. The Lord instructed Moses to sanctify the people today and tomorrow, and have them cleanse their clothes. They were to be prepared by the 3rd day when the Lord would descend upon Mount Sinai before the entire assembly. Moses was to set boundaries around the mountain, cautioning the people not to ascend it, or even touch its edges. Anyone who touched the mountain was to be put to death, whether it was a person or an animal. When a long blast of the trumpet sounded, the people would then be allowed to approach the mountain. Moses descended from the mountain to sanctify the people, and they cleansed their clothes. He advised them to be prepared by the 3rd day and to abstain from marital relations. On the 3rd morning, there were thunder, lightning, and a thick cloud covering the mountain, along with the sound of an exceedingly loud trumpet that caused the entire camp to tremble. Moses led the people out to meet with God, and they stood at the base of the mountain. Mount Sinai was enveloped in smoke, for the Lord descended upon it in fire. The smoke ascended like the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mountain shook violently. As the sound of the trumpet grew louder and louder, Moses spoke, and God answered him with a voice. The Lord came down upon Mount Sinai's summit, and summoned Moses to ascend. Moses complied. The Lord instructed Moses to descend and warn the people against trying to break through to the Lord to gaze, lest many of them perish. The priests who approached the Lord were also to sanctify themselves, lest the Lord's power break forth against them. Moses explained to the Lord that the people could not ascend Mount Sinai due to the boundaries set and the mountain's sanctity. The Lord instructed Moses to go down and then return with Aaron. However, the priests and people were not to attempt to ascend, lest the Lord's power break out against them. So Moses descended to the people and spoke to them.